Well, all right. Back in 1998, I'm doing this show up at the Apollo Theater, and it's the Roseanne show at the Apollo. Usually Roseanne was shot out in LA, and they like to do these fancy remote things to promote their whatevers. So that's what it was all about. I'm with the sound company. I'm there to do my thing. I'm the crew chief for the gig. A lot of tough things that are happening. It was the first week the Apollo went union, which was, all thumbs up. But that being said, there was a lot of abrasiveness between us and the crew and how we're going to do things and how we're going to execute things. And at the end of the day, we had a rough time. We had a rough time of it. But one of the roughest times is that we had an R&B singer whose name I will not say. But I will say this. We got her up on the stage. There was a stage, and then there was a little performance stage in front of the stage. We took the seats out of the Apollo, and because we're there for like 10 days or whatever, shooting a week's worth of episodes, right? Because that's how they do it. So we get in there, and we get this artist up on the deck, right? And we're playing her music, and we're ready to go, and all the cameras, lights, action, and go. And the track rolls, and she's standing there. And she's just standing there. And we stop the music, and the director gets on the what we call the essay, which he's speaking over the sound system where everyone could hear it, including her, and says, "Hey, is everything okay?" She's standing there and goes, "Yeah, all right." And all right, roll the track again and again. She's just standing there, and we're all looking like, what's up with this? And we stop the song. The director again gets on the PA, which, gets on the essay and says, "Ma'am, are you okay? What's going on?" And she goes, "What?" And so, "Why aren't you singing?" Singing. She goes, "That ain't my track. That ain't my track." And we're all standing around like, what are you talking about? Like maybe she's not hearing it correctly, So I go out there. I wasn't even the monitor guy for that gig. I was at the front of house console. I go out there up on the deck and see what's going on, see if I can interject, right? And no. She's physically hearing it, but she's unable to identify the song, let alone where to come in at. And the director's like, ma'am, this is your song. And she goes, "No, it ain't. This ain't my song," right? And they're having this argument, and this was literally her hit song that she's there to be pushing. So, you can imagine the chaos. Nobody knows what to do. So the people from the TV trucks come in, and the stage managers get together, and all the producers and all of her people, because she had this giant entourage. And now there's like 30 people on stage standing in a circle trying to figure out why is this woman incapable of identifying her own song, right? But that's not the greatest tragedy. The greatest tragedy is that she walked up to the front of house console where I was and the guy that was mixing the show, right? And she's standing there with the two of us, and she goes into telling us what it is about her as a performer, as an entertainer, that separates her from all of those that have walked the earth before her. And here it is. She said to me and my buddy Ron, she goes, "A lot of the entertainers are out there. When they hold the microphone, they do this. That's not what I'm doing. I'm doing this. You see, a lot of people, what they're out there, they're doing this. That's not me. I'm doing this." This woman did that motion and repeated that statement for 30 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. Ron and I looking at each other like we're looking for cameras. Are we being punked? Is this some skit? Is this part of the show that I'm unaware of? is this human being really having this conversation with me? It was beyond incredible that that people like this walk the earth, let alone are given a spotlight to stand in, when you know damn well you can go to any airport lounge in any city, any local bar, anywhere, and see a young woman put her heart and soul out. She could sing, she could dance, she could play an instrument. And while morons like this are elevated, while the real talent sits in your backyard of your local nightclub and get overlooked because A&R people are too lazy, too stupid, too ignorant, and lacking ideas to get out there and do anything new. That's what I think about that. But I'll say this, at that gig, I was banned for life from the Apollo Theater for my behavior. You know, it wasn't all hugs and loves and kisses, but the head of audio there ended up working with me at Radio City Music Hall for almost a decade. We rebonded, and since I have high friends at low places, I got the ban lifted. Since then, I've been back to the Apollo many times, and I actually love that crew there. Terrific crew to work with every time. But here's what I'm saying. I mean, could we just have a minimum standard for our pop stars? Can you please just be able to identify your own song? That's all I'm asking.